So gonna kick it off with grape nuts. These are pretty much the most important part of my diet. Then I eat a bunch of other miscellaneous grains and stuff. I think food quality is something to really invest a lot into as opposed to like plastic toys and whatnot. I would just rather have really high quality food because it really affects like cognitive performance and physical performance, I've noticed. And you can buy it in bulk as well. It's actually not too hard to do cheaply. And also, I've been shopping local a lot, so this shot of these bagels, like I got from a bagel place, and I'm getting really darn good at kind of just charming and talking my way into businesses and kind of talking to the leadership and being like, "Yo, I know a bunch of Burlington influencers. We could hook you up with some advertising." They're like, "Shit, dude, have some bagels, have some free stuff." And I think moving forward, as the economy gets worse, it's going to be really important that we can kind of go back to bartering a little bit. Bro, I'm not even kidding. Like, um, be really good at negotiation. It can get you a lot of free stuff. It's also great because high quality free.
It's an absolute classic. It's pretty simple, but I think I can contain a lot of knowledge in this little video, a lot of tidbits for you. First of all, on the side you'll see I'm co-routining iced tea. So this is very efficient technique for getting the most bang for your buck in terms of time. You'll find I've got OCD, so like everything I do is kind of creepily optimized, but just bear with me. So these big mason jars are great because they're really cheap. You can store grains in them, and also like I can make tea in this. So I buy tea in bulk. I'm a big tea fan because it's like beneath coffee and caffeine. It's way more natural than like energy drinks. It doesn't keep you up super late, which is nice. And then I put 2 of those bad boys in the summer. In the winter, I'm a hot tea guy, but in the summer, throw this bad boy in here, and then this mason jar lid I like to leave off so the steam can escape, and then these bad boys just brew. And then you can pour that in a glass of ice, throw some milk on it and whatnot. Meantime, let's get our pan heating up. So this, come on, guy. Gas stoves are charming for sure, but sometimes they're a little annoying. Depending on the model, this one's pretty old. And it uses gas, which is not ideal. So then we want to put some olive oil in. The reason for that is I found you want to get the olive oil a little bit warm. It'll like kind of form a nice crystally outer shell on your quesadilla. And then in terms of the other ingredients, so I'm using Field Day black beans because I like to put beans in these tortillas because they add protein. So the cheese is going to give us protein, the beans give us more protein and more vitamins and fiber. Beans are just like, black beans especially, love them. And yeah, they're just all around good. They add kind of a lot of flavor and heartiness to the meal, like you really, after you eat one of these, you're like, all right, that was a meal. Personally, so I'm not like the biggest fan of cheese ever for its macronutrients and its just like effects on my body. Like I don't like how it makes me feel, especially. But honestly, like there's a little bit too far you can go with like kind of orthorexic tendencies, I think, and like I am someone who just like obsessively tries to optimize everything around me, hence the Vim addiction, and that gets me really far in a lot of ways. Like to me, hard work is like almost kind of a necessity of life. Like it just makes me feel relaxed. And same thing with like optimizing. Something about this like just feeds into my my obsessive compulsiveness. Just really likes like very precise control of things. And I don't know. So then I throw that on there for a little bit, and then I get my cheese going. So I'm using this Cabot cheddar. Cabot's a local company. I choose to usually buy from local things because big conglomerate companies, like, they're a little sus, bro. You know what operations research is? It's like optimizing supply chains like maximally. And the reason I shook that like a little over that is I like some cheese to come off the sides and kind of like crystallize around the edges. Yeah, I've thought everything over, bro. I've done this 5 billion times. So operations researchers, right, they in our food supply, they're gonna optimize like everything for shareholder value and cost. And that means like, oh shit, yeah, there's a cheaper variety of grain that's less nutritious. Yeah, fucking grow that shit. Oh, this gives cancer in 30 years. Yeah, you know what? We're our grain executives are 65. Like we'll be dead by that point. Like fuck the people. Let this stuff melt a little bit, and That might take some time. Kind of messed up on this one, to be fair, because I was talking, like, you want your olive oil to get a little bit hotter. Olive oil, I've heard, like, once it starts kind of smoking, it's, like, right at the right point. But then it can burn and, like, its flavor turns really strange, in my opinion. Yeah, so here's my thing as well with Brian Johnson's olive oil. And Brian Johnson products in general. So he's got kind of a weird thing going for him. The whole live forever type shit is like, bro, that branding is kind of puts a lot of people off, I think. And it's just the times now are so uncertain though. It's like could that be on the table? Maybe, but also like would you even want that to be on the table? I don't know. But it's like it's so brain shattering that I think his message of health gets kind of lost in that. And what I really like about the guy is like he genuinely knows. I mean, this is insidious product placement, bro. I am just straight up psyoping this right into your brain, like it or not, because I genuinely believe this. Brian, I do not get paid to say any of this shit. I just really respect you as a guy. I love how he puts snake oil on his olive oil. Like, he acknowledges that people think he's a grifter and he leans into that. Like, that's respectable. That's like when people call me a cult leader and I tell them, like, yeah, I looked at the definition of a cult the other day and then I kind of just trail off. And then all the vitamin stuff, right? Like, if you think about this, like a guy who's super OCD, who's super autistic, just does all this work, condenses it all down into like a single vitamin mix that tastes pretty good. You throw that in a smoothie. It's expensive, which is the thing that irks me. So I can't really currently like afford to keep doing this. I kind of bought it as a trial and because I really believed in what he was doing. But I'm sure the research on what he's doing will only get better and better with time, and it'll also get cheaper. And that's why I believe in supporting him. I believe in money flowing to that guy's companies, because money not flowing to fast food companies that are exploiting people using like really engineered food, they just do not deserve any market share in my book. And even if Brian is a little crazy and he wants to live forever, like, you know what? I'll take that in exchange for like our food companies not poisoning the shit out of us, bro. And like, it's really nice to take a vitamin mix that like maximizes all your brain functions and shit. Like, it just helps. In the background, it's always kind of there. It's like, damn, I'm just really fucking healthy. Like, I can run as long as I want to. I can lift pretty heavy weights. I can burrow for ages in the Little Guy Tunnel Network. Like, I appreciate that he's trying to be Secretary of Health, bro. Vote for that guy. Too much bean water in this. Usually I like drain it out a bit more, but it was a bit thick and I haven't done the dishes in a couple of days. My mom would kill me if she heard that. She's also very OCD. Dude, it's a superpower though. You can't tell me it's not. Like, OCD gets such a bad name, and all the other isms get such a bad name because there's this kind of archetypal person you imagine who's like really socially out of touch about their ism, about their like OCD, or it's like really extreme to a point that it's like it gets in the way of other people. But like, I don't know. In my experience, a lot of neurodivergent people are like actually pretty darn normal. They're just like, and actually a lot of them are like adapting better than quote unquote neurotypical people, because like our for me, my compulsive obsession about details is just like so it's so powerful. Like if I didn't think like that, if I was just like, that's good enough, like things wouldn't work out well for me. All right, that shit is wet as fuck. God damn it. So I put way too much olive oil and I let it soak far too long. I've never actually gone down this skill path here with this tortilla. How could I like do something so simple and mess it up so badly? All right, while I'm here, I'll also go over some of the drinks that I like to have. I like chai as a tea personally. Chai means tea in some Indian language. I don't know which one, unfortunately. But yeah, this is really good to buy because you can make a lot of beverage from this. It's like way cheaper than Starbucks or anything like that. And way better for you too. It's got all kinds of like crazy, whatever the fuck, large nutrition facts, bro. Taste the paragraph. When something is like got this kind of branding on it, bro, you know they are selling to middle-aged moms who are concerned about their health, bro. That's the type of brand you want. Oh shit, my microphone. Then we got Egyptian licorice, which is my favorite blend of tea, which my parents introduced me to at a young age. This is herbal tea. So I like to, tea is like it's so cracked, bro. So like there's caffeinated tea. I barely even feel caffeinated tea, but if I want like a tiny lift in the morning, it's like, that's good. And then at night, like I drink all kinds of herbal tea because, well, I just enjoy the sensory experience of it. I think it might have digestive benefits, but I don't know. It is a diuretic for sure. It makes you have to pee. But it's just nice to be drinking like some hot beverage or some cold beverage with like a good flavor. And this is like just sweet enough that it's like, yeah, I'm pleased with this. This is like a dessert beverage, but it literally like is just leaves and water. And yeah, dude, tea is the bomb. It also like gives you something to do while you're like coding. It's like, yeah, I can kind of reward myself for coding, you know. And behavior rewarded is behavior repeated, bro. We gotta like make it a pleasurable experience. It's also a great social thing in my family. Like we're always drinking tea. Whenever we watch a movie, whenever we read a book together, it's like, all right, bro, who's making tea? Type shit. Another shout out to tea as a concept. It's real cheap for how many beverages it gets you. Like compared to something like Gatorade or like juice, which is honestly all sugar. Like fruit juice is straight up all sugar. You can make so many cups of tea, and they make such good gifts to send to sick people as well. Whenever I got a friend that's sick, I make like a little supply box with tea because I have so much extra tea. And also just think about like who drinks tea. Like the founding fathers, wise old Asian men, Queen Elizabeth, bro, all those people were cracked. All right, so I just cut up some onions and I'm gonna just like let these simmer while I eat this one. And I've just been throwing all kinds of onions and things lately. I don't know, it's more vegetable, more vitamins. I don't really optimize too much with like exact calories or vitamins or anything. I just like good enough method that shit. I like to put a little maple syrup because I'm from Vermont and we gotta rep that. Shout out to whoever made this. It's quality maple syrup. It's no different than any other maple syrup I've had, but yeah, free product placement. I like to just do that for things like I actually use, because like if I do it enough, by the time people start paying me to do it, you guys will be conditioned to be okay with it. Ah, that's how evil I am. No, I wouldn't do that to you guys. I wouldn't sell out to a brand I don't actually use myself. And I will never like cram shit down your throat, because that's the most annoying shit ever, when it's like so clear that the guy doesn't use the product. And then this is just whole wheat tortillas. I prefer whole wheat over white. Taste is a little different. I went through a phase of liking white bread just to be rebellious to my mom, kind of push her boundaries a little bit. But then in time, I was like, I really started noticing to how my body feels when I eat certain foods. And it was like, I just feel better for longer. I have more energy. Yeah, it's just like all around better for you, I guess. This meal is nice because it's pretty cheap and it makes a lot of tortillas. Like, you can buy them in bulk. I use Costco for almost everything. And the reason for that is I really agree with their founders. Like, they don't take a ton of money for themselves like some CEOs. They're super chill. They, like, actually kind of, I think, pay their employees. Don't get me wrong, but, like, better than a lot of other people. And they try to be like just a good and helpful company. A lot of the appliances I like are also from Costco. I'm just getting product placement at the wazoo, bro. Like, it don't even matter. Capitalism is like so psyop ridden at this point. It's like I'm straight up getting like quadruple psyop right now and I don't even know it. It's like it's all just the universe experiencing itself. All the advertising's just bouncing around in the collective unconscious. You would go out and buy some other shit anyway. It really doesn't matter where your attention's directed, as long as it's not towards like just some gnarly kind of evil company. So the problem with caramelizing onions with maple syrup is I'm already so dangerous with the ladies that if I pull that one out, I don't think I'll ever have any time to do YouTube again. So just be careful when you're cooking like medium to advanced. This is nothing. Like, I know some guys that can whip up like a 10-course Michelin star meal. Like my DJ friend Carlos, oh my god. Like, he will cook you into a corner. Like, that guy could literally make you eat yourself to death. And he's a DJ? Dude, 5'6" men represent. Now, you can also put meat in this. My status on meat is like non-processed meat is okay. Like, if you want to eat meat, and actually, I'm not saying this is a value judgment. You can eat whatever you want. Ow, fuck. But for me, what feels best, like, is eating local grown beef, which is super expensive, so I barely ever buy it. I also don't feel great when I eat, like, greasy red meat. I'm really a lot more of, like, a fish and chicken guy. And even chicken, like, mass-farmed chicken is just, it ain't good for you. It's, like, I read this book on I took this class called Ethics of Eating with this professor who's he's so cracked, dude. He went to MIT for philosophy back when, like, an Ivy League school or whatever that is, like, meant something. He knows so much about ethics, and he was talking to us about, like, just how inhumane and tortured the animals are in factory farms, and it's like, I'm not really vegan because, like, I don't know, that shit tastes kind of good, but yeah, it does make you think, like, am I really gonna inflict a ton of suffering on a living thing just so I can, like, satisfy my taste buds? Like, bro, I really don't give a fuck. I'm, like, equally okay eating basically anything as long as I, like, condition myself to it. And if I'm eating what tastes the best, like, yeah, I'll eat some fresh fish every once in a while, but yeah, just like, it's so, there's this one description in this book where, like, this, like, cow isn't going forward to the, like, slaughtering thing. They have, like, a guy with, like, a hammer, I guess, or they have, like, a nail gun. They shoot into each cow's head, and, like, the cows aren't going, so they, like, jab them in the ass with a cattle prod, and it's like, that's just so fucked up, bro. That poor animal was, like, raised in captivity its whole life and just brutally tortured to death at the end in front of, like, just a line of animals witnessing that. And then the workers are super mistreated, too. There's whoosh, whoosh, die, cow, you fucking bitch-ass cow. Sorry, that one was a little harsh. I'm not... I don't take kindly to people that use those tactics on any living beings. I do appreciate this cheese made from cows, though. I think, so the reason I'm not vegan per se is that, like, milk is really good. I'm a big milk person. I love cheese, especially goat cheese for its flavor. And cream cheese on bagels as well is pretty good. And, like, if you just have a bunch of, like, friendly cows, you know, cows are always named Bessie for some reason. A bunch of cows named Bessie and, like, all Bessie, because, come on, bro, they're all kind of the same thing to us. I mean, if you want to give personal character to each of your cows, by all means, go ahead, but each of your cows, like, if they have an open green pasture, you know, and they're allowed to thrive, they'll give you really good milk and cheese, and, like, we can eat that. We're adapted to it.